Hello, hello. Welcome, 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 my loves, to today's transmission of Sacred Feminine Fridays. So my question for you is, does any part of you whatsoever, believe that being poor is more spiritual? Does any part of you believe that money is the root of all evil, or that wealth and opulence is corrupt or bad in any way? If your answer is yes, then I invite you to stick with me for this transmission today, where I'm going to offer a mindset shift, an energy shift around these beliefs that are going to be more supportive for you to become the abundant spiritual creator of your reality. Because the truth is that none of those statements are true. None of those statements are true, and we tend to adopt those beliefs either through our parents, our society, and then also along our own individual journeys. So before we get into today's transmission, I'm going to invite you, as we always do, to close down your eyes and to take a couple deep breaths into your body. It is always a good time to collect your energy, no matter when you are watching this, whether it be here now live with me or watching the replay. So my invitation to you is to close down your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths into your body. And as you do, feel sincere, imagine your energy being collected, your consciousness, your power, your light coming home to you. Drawing your energy, your consciousness, and back from the past, from anything that you've been doing today, back from any future activities that you may be planning, back from all time, space, realities, dimensions, peoples, and places, drawing it into your heart. Drawing it into your being, just collecting your energy and grounding yourself into this here and now moment. Take a deep breath in as you feel yourself grounded, connected, and collected. And I invite you to set a clear and personal intention for what you would like to receive here now today within this transmission, within this beautiful Venus Friday. You can set an intention for the weekend, whatever you feel called to do. You can set an intention of what you would like to receive, experience, receive. Also, I invite you to set the intention to open yourself up to receive whatever is here available for you today. Both the words, the wisdom, the truth, but also energetically. So much more is happening energetically during these transmissions than we realize consciously. And it's my personal intention to be a clear, pristine, divine conduit and channel in selfless service to the divine, and to allow for loving, soothing, activating, potent energies of light to flow through my voice and into this energetic container. For all of us that are here gathered watching live, and also that are going to be partaking in the replay. And I also invite in the highest levels of divine support, assistance, guidance, and love, for the highest level of participation during our time here together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You can open your eyes whenever you are ready, whenever you feel called. Thank you for collecting yourself with me. So back to that original question, right? Does any part of you believe that being poor is more spiritual? Does any part of you perhaps believe that making money or that wealth and opulence is going to cause you more problems, more troubles, or that wealthy people are corrupt? Because I know that I've had all of those beliefs to differing degrees, and I still hold some of them at some levels, right? And so the reason this topic came up for me to speak about here today is because, well, multiple reasons. It's come up for me a couple of times over the past couple of weeks, right? So a couple of weeks ago, I did a masterclass called The Art of Feminine Manifestation. And there was some stuff that really came through very, very, very strong around this piece, around denouncing kind of this materialistic nature of our reality, something that I had done when I began my spiritual journey. And I started to realize and recognize that it just simply wasn't healthy. It wasn't true, first and foremost, but it wasn't supporting me to expand and grow into the limitless being that I am, and to own and claim my own innate divinity, to continue adopting or keeping or holding on to these beliefs that this material world is something to avoid, that because if we engage in this material world, in this 3D matrix, that if we engage in this 3D matrix, it somehow makes us less spiritual. And that simply is not true. In fact, it is keeping us from embracing and owning our limitlessness, our divinity, the truth of who we are as the master creators of our reality. And we need this now more than ever, my loves. We need this now more than ever. The days and the ages of the poor spiritual healers or medicine women, and the times where we would go and retreat in solitude into the woods to pray and worship and reach the divine. Those days are essentially past, and right now we're being called into a whole new, different mission. And our mission at this time is to usher in the new earth, to manifest and co-create the new earth. And the way that we do that is by owning who we are as master creators. The way that we collectively hold this vision for this new earth, right? The new earth is here. It's within us already. It's a higher vibration or octave of reality. And the way that we bring that, birth that into reality is by owning who we are as master creators. We are first spirit, right? We are spirit that chose to incarnate into this physical body to experience and play within this material reality. So everything that we chose to experience, we chose full sovereign divinity. We chose to come in here and to incarnate into this physical reality so we could learn, so we could grow, so we could expand, so we could evolve, so we could play, so we can enjoy ourselves, so we could know what it's like to be human, right? To be sensory, to be able to feel and touch and experience pleasure through the senses. So it is simply not healthy or beneficial or supportive for us to denounce the materialistic or the physical nature of our existence, of our reality. So if you're just joining, I am sharing that the belief that it is being poor is more spiritual, or that wealth is bad in any sort of way, is keeping us as light workers, as visionaries, as new earth leaders, as spiritual beings. It is keeping us playing small, and it's keeping us from receiving the abundance that is our birthright. that is our birthright. So abundance is your birthright. In fact, it's who and what you are at the core. You are unlimited, unconditional love and abundance. And so let me make sure I want to make sure I'm touching on all the different things. So you are abundance. That is the truth of who you are. Abundant, limitless, expansive, complete, whole, right? And when you continue to align with this truth and realign, because alignment doesn't just happen once, we have to continue to realign. So when we align with this truth of who we are as these limitless, abundant creator beings that chose to incarnate into this amazing three-dimensional playground, then we begin to see this material reality for what it is and how we are meant to awaken. So this is like an awakening within the awakening, right? Awakening within the awakening, as in, and it's something that I was channeling earlier, is that becoming the master creator of your reality is one of the most radical forms of spirituality. It's in some way one of the, goals, intentions, right? To awaken the truth of your divinity, to awaken to the truth of who you are as an aspect of God, experiencing yourself in this reality with desires that are motivating you in the direction of your soul's path, of your destiny, of the experiences that you've chosen to have for your greatest joy, bliss, evolution, right? So money in itself is just a flow of energy. It is an energy. It is neither good nor bad. It is a tool. And we as spiritual beings, it is time for us to see it as such and to recognize the abundance that we already are, to take our place and role and to own our role and to take our place as the master creators of not only our reality, to birth our dreams into existence, but to birth this new world, this new way of being built off of love and unity rather than fear and separation. So we need the spiritual beings on this planet. We need the light workers, the star seeds. We need the medicine women and priestesses and priests and shamans. We need all of you owning your materialistic nature, taking your place in this 3D, 4D, 5D reality as the master creator of your reality, birthing your dreams that are innately rooted in love, expansiveness, a better world, right? Creating that for yourself and creating that for us all. So being poor is not more spiritual. It is absolutely not more spiritual. And what I recognized, not only when I was doing the Art of Feminine Manifestation Masterclass, but I just completed a 3-4 day business training and retreat. And within that was, looking at our money stories, looking at our beliefs, our inherently limiting beliefs, perceived limiting beliefs around money, around wealth, and really looking at how it is keeping us from receiving the wealth, the abundance that is our birthright, that is innately who and what we are. Abundant, limitless. So these beliefs that wealth is bad in any way, or that money is the root of all evil, or that wealthy people are corrupt, I firmly believe that we all have some level of programming around this within us. And so when you choose to, instead of feeling those allowing that programming to run your life in reality, if you choose to transcend it and tune into the truth of who you are as an aspect of God, here to experience this reality and become, you are a creator being of the Most High, created in God's image, right? A fractal of God. And you are here to experience and play within this physical material reality. And when you begin to accept that and feel that and know that, embody that truth, right? You begin to see this material reality that we live in far differently. You begin to see it as your playground of experiences that you get to choose every day. So my loves, if you, like me, had these beliefs or still have these beliefs around being poor, being more spiritual, it's time to transmute those. Because again, that is simply not true. Wealth is not bad nor corrupt. Money is not the root of all evil. It is but a tool. And you can do so much with this tool when your intentions and your heart is pure. When you desire to create a better world for all, like how beautiful the tool of a tool is that. Wanting to create wealth for yourself is it's selfish and selfless all at the same time. And that's the beauty of this reality, because we are the individual and we are the all. So by supporting ourselves, we are supporting everybody. And by supporting everybody, we are supporting ourselves. And so when you have this bigger why, these bigger intentions behind wanting to acquire wealth, wanting to acquire and tune into your abundance, because the reality is the world that we live in, you're never going to be without. There's perfectly enough for everybody. That is the truth. And you will always be provided for in what you need. But when you start to make your dreams even bigger, for not just yourself, but for the world at large, then the universe begins to click in place and align in a way that allows you to receive that wealth, that abundance, because it's from such a genuine and pure place of wanting to give back. And so this is why we need, again, all of these healers, these teachers, these mentors, these spiritual people that, in the past have been more to denounce the materialistic nature of reality, denounce money, right? Denounce wealth in some way. We need us to own and accept and take a stand for the abundance that we actually are, and to lead our lives as examples through that, right? Showing others you can be spiritual and be wealthy and be abundant and live a blissful and blessed life. In fact, I feel like it all goes hand in hand. So, is there anything else that wishes to come through around this? Yes, your desires too. Like, it's just so incredibly important to recognize that your desires are sacred, that your desires for something more in your life are not selfish. You desire more stability, if you desire to travel the world, if you desire a successful business that's successful on your terms, if you desire something more for yourself, that is simply those desires are birthed in the mind of the divine, to be lived through you, through your life, as an expression of the divine, as an experience of the divine. But those desires are what set you on this journey of becoming. Desire itself is the beginning. It is the initial impulse for every single act of creation. The original desire was of God, of source, to know itself, to experience itself, which is being birthed and occurring through us, which is so incredibly beautiful. So your desires for more are divine. And because you are receiving them, they are meant to be made manifest. So even if you may feel, part of you may feel your desire is materialistic in some way. And so maybe that's something to look at, right? Like, and am I keeping this desire away from me because I feel that maybe I'm not meant to have it because it's materialistic desire and I'm a spiritual being and I'm not supposed to want things like that, right? A beautiful home for yourself. Like, that's not something to travel the world and see the world and appreciate Mother Earth's beauty, to visit sacred sites around the world. Like, that's not selfish. So thank you guys. I don't even know what to call today's transmission, but it's just really, it was meant to be around us all owning every aspect of our divinity, including the abundance that we are, and accepting and owning that abundance is our birthright. And no, abundance doesn't just mean wealth and money, right? That's important to differentiate as well. For me, abundance and prosperity is really about experiences. Like experiences that light me up and bring me joy and light my soul on fire. And maybe to have those experiences, I might need a monetary exchange, an energetic exchange. And so I want to go see sacred sites around the world. I want to travel the world and host sacred ceremonies there, right? Like, that is a desire, and I also want to give back in really beautiful and profound ways. I'm sure you guys can relate to these types of desires that I have. And they are sacred desires and they're not materialistic in any way, or we can say they are. What we need to change is what we view the word materialistic and our emotion that we have tied to that word, tied to materialism, tied to even the 3D matrix reality that we are living in, right? Like, I have something that wants to come through me, maybe like a retreat or something called something like being the creatrix of your matrix. Because that's truly what it means to become the master creator of your reality. And we do this through, our divine identity and so many more other pieces and components, right? But becoming the creatrix of your matrix. Instead of seeing the matrix as something that's bad, why don't we see it as this third dimensional matrix in which we are able to come down here and be physical and learn and grow and evolve at a much more rapid rate than we could do in the fifth dimension. And that we are sovereign beings that chose to be here to learn and be and to incarnate into this reality, to experience. And so why not embrace the matrix in some way, right? The idea is to transcend it and then to play them in it. And that's kind of what we're doing. It's natural to, I feel, at least for me, it was very natural to when I started my spiritual journey, to recognize I was putting all my attention on the external world. But I was so totally focused on my looks, on the way that people perceived me, on whether I was liked or whether or not I was proud of who I was by how I showed up in the world, right? Like, just so focused on everything else. And I was so afraid to look at who I was. And so the moment that I began this amazing, profound journey of going within, of self-discovery, because it's gnosis, right? It's getting to know who you really and truly are as divine, as the all, but also as an individual aspect. Saying, okay, how can I show up in my fullness? How can I show up in my absolute fullness as an individual, but also as part of that whole, and owning the fact that I'm also a part of that whole. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So it was about turning within, right? So naturally I'd spent so much time looking out, and now I wanted to look within. I saw the out as above, so below, or I saw the above, the as something that I just didn't want to associate with. Matrix was bad, and there's so much wrong in the world, and I was so angry and frustrated, and I the social elite with all their money and power over us, and I denounced all of that. And then now slowly I'm coming back home to the fact that I'm the creator of my reality. I'm the master creator of my reality. And that even all of that that's manifested that could be perceived as bad, not only is it only perceived as bad, because at the end of the day, it's all God. It's all source energy. It's all created from that one infinite source intelligence field. So I no longer saw this matrix as I've started to realize that it was the matrix, if you will, simply a manifestation of our own choosing. And even these more nefarious beings, the elite, the cabal, are also manifestations of our collective consciousness. So you stop fighting all of that stuff, right? You stop fighting it and getting angry at it, and you come into a place of neutrality. And so I'm choosing here and now to stop fighting this material world, and to stop fighting my material nature and the way that I choose to show up in it, and realizing that I am the creator of this reality, and that how I choose to show up in the world and own my place as a creator within this material reality, then I'm going to only be able to better serve myself, my mission, my soul's mission, to help the world see and know the truth of their divinity, and to embody that remembrance, and to become the master creators of their reality. Like, this is my mission. This is what I feel that I'm here to do, and how I'm here to support the collective. And so, yes, thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for listening to me, letting me rant, transmit, share, whatever wanted to come through on all of this. But just what I want to leave you with is to recognize that abundance, prosperity, wealth is your birthright. And that it is not, money and wealth is not inherently bad, and that you are a creator being of the Most High. And it's time to rise into your place and own your role as a spirit incarnating into a physical body, to play within and learn within and grow within this material reality, and to becoming master of you, of your energy, of your emotions, your beliefs, in a way that allows you to become a master of manifestation and creation, so you can birth your dreams in with ease and grace. So, you are abundant, you are powerful, you are limitless, you are already perfect, whole, and complete. And the desires that you have within you are simply motivating and inspiring you onto a beautiful journey of becoming, not just becoming, but awakening to the remembrance of who you already are, the truth of who you already are. I love you guys so incredibly much. Thank you for joining me for this episode and transmission of Sacred Feminine Fridays. And I look forward to seeing you all next Friday, next week. Waves and waves of love from my heart to yours. Have a blessed day, guys.